Hello, my lovely angels. This is your girl Sam back with another episode of the Sam Squad. Hi. So, if you have seen my video already for my top 7 Lattafa for men perfume, or unisex as I like to call it because I myself use those perfumes, this edition is the same but for women. So, let's say if I had to start from scratch, like something bad happened, someone came and stole all my perfumes, so where would I start? Especially with Lattafas, right? Because we all need our Lattafas. And I've compiled this list specifically because one of my friends were like, give me suggestions only for summer and just tell me what perfumes you would use in summer, and like maybe if possible suggest something that'll last all year. And I was like, oh my gosh, so this will obviously be my top 7 Lattafas. Like this would be like the ones I cannot live without, the ones I'll repurchase and I'll continue using for the rest of my life. And it was very easy. One of them I'm not too sure, I'm still deciding, and I will hopefully know in a month or so because it's just getting hotter and hotter over here, and I just want to see how this perfume performs in the summer. So let's start. So let's start with the basics. So the first original Lattafa that made me fall in love with this brand was Abiyedh. This is the original Abiyedh, which is supposedly the dupe for Xerjov's Herba Pura, and rightly so. This is your massive fruity blast. For me, this is like all fruits and a bit of musk in it. Frankly, I was like really afraid of this bottle because like every time I see a white cap, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be like the musk mood or something. So I was like, oh my gosh, if this is like musk heavy, I'm gonna like die. And it was such a pleasant surprise because when I sprayed it, it was nothing what I expected it to be. Funny enough, on Fragrantica, it has only 3.92. I expect this perfume to be a little bit more popular because surprisingly, it's very long lasting, although it's a fruity, fresh perfume. So the top notes for this are bergamot and orange, middle notes are vanilla and pear, and the base note is musk and amber. I mean, literally everything they just said, it is that. So the opening is very bergamot and orange, but you still have that pear, and that pear is like very intriguing. And by the way, pear is one of the ingredients or components in fragrances that I have began to really love. And now I'm getting really tempted to purchase the Pear Ink by Juliet Has a Gun because everybody was raving about it, but I was like, a pear fragrance? Like I was not too sure, but now I'm convinced that all the pear fragrances, I mean most of the pear fragrances I have, they're amazing. So it does move on to your vanillic musk and amber, but this is not that musk which I don't like. So if you're an OG follower, you know that musk for me is so risky and I have to be super careful when I buy perfumes because there's a certain musk. And let me give you an example of, from Lattafa is obviously the musk mood, which like turns me off. Like it actually makes me sick. It doesn't turn me off. It actually makes me gag. And then there's one from Swiss Arabian, which is the the Musk 7. Not for me. I like the Musk 1, and the second one is like, is there a second one? No, I think it's just Musk 1 and Musk 7. The Musk 7 is like, no. So this is like the nice musk. This is like the musk which is like a bit cooling, it's creamy, it's nice. Gives it like a little vintagey feel, but at the same time, because it's like a fresh fragrance, it uplifts you. You feel like, you know, and this is something I will reach out for in summer a lot. I'm gonna wear this a lot when I go out, especially when I'm out and about. This perfume will be something that will refresh me always, alongside another perfume which will be coming up next. And I think you guys know what I'm coming up with, which will be the next perfume. If I'm talking about fruity perfumes, right? So Abiyedh is a love for me. This will be like probably one of the first fragrances I will purchase if I ever lose my entire Lattafa collection. So the next one, which is like, when I first tried it, I was like, what on earth is this? I was so confused. This was supposed to be duping Alexandria 2 by Xerjov, and I was like, that's a tough gig, right? And I was like, oh my gosh. So when I first sprayed it, I was like, oh, what is this? Like, I was like, okay, I like it, but at the same time, I'm so confused. It's none other than Ramz Gold. And the packaging is as weird as the perfume. I mean, look at that. Like there's some weird stuff written on it. And I don't know why they've put those, you know. But anyhow, I love this perfume. And like, even though it's like a weird, very quirky, very like you are just like This is like an Aquarius. If Aquarius was a perfume, this would be Aquarius, you know. Ah, it's so nice. And initially, like once you get over that weirdness of it, because initially it's so freaking weird, and trust me, when you use this, you will remember my words when I say weird, you know. This is nothing like you've ever smelled before. The rating on Fragrantica is 3.93, which is not so much, and I completely understand because such a fruity fragrance will not be everyone's cup of tea. So this has like the top note of pineapple, but this is unlike a pineapple that is this is a synthetic pineapple. This is not a fresh pre-cut pineapple that you get and you open, you know, that fresh whiff of pineapple you get, the one you get in Cahiers del Fursan, the original. It's not like that. This is like a very synthetic one. The top note also has apple and bergamot, but they all mix in a very weird synthetic way. And it creates a fruit, like, it's like a new fruit, you know. It's nothing like, it's not like I'm smelling this and I'm like, I feel like pineapple, apple, bergamot. No, this is just a fruit that I've never smelled before. The middle notes are sandalwood, patchouli, gaiac wood, and jasmine. And the base notes are musk, agarwood, amber, vanilla, and ylang ylang. Thing is, I don't smell any agarwood in this. I don't smell any wood for that matter. And this has sandalwood, gaiac wood, agarwood. I mean, like, you know, for me, this is like vanilla, musk, and tons of fruits. Yeah, and I guess jasmine and ylang ylang, because that's like the creaminess it's adding. It's very indolic. The jasmine and the ylang ylang both are very raw. And I just love this perfume. Like, I think this is like one of the perfumes. By the way, this is like a unisex, although they say this is meant for women. This is the Ramz Gold. The Ramz Silver is like for man, but this is like meant to be for women. Word of advice, don't overspray this perfume because this can get very cloying because those fruity accords are like really right there in front. So spray like a couple of sprays and then top it off during the day. Now, like, people are confused, like Alexandria too. It's like a very, I mean, if you don't like that fragrance, like, I don't know, you can't be friends with me. It's a beautiful fragrance, right? But some people are saying, no, this is like Tiziana Terenzi's Kirke, just because it's fruity. It's not. The first one was an Abiyedh, very much like Kirke, but this one is not. So it's closer to Alexandria, but I would not call this a dupe. They're going for it, but they did not manage to achieve it, you know? And then it settles down to such a beautiful, woody, fruity scent. And I just love it. So this would probably, if it gets over, I'm going to buy it again. By the way, once I'm done with the filming, I'm going to spray that perfume because, like, I just feel that's my vibe today, you know? Next up is another obsession of mine, and that is Fakhr. Now, people are asking me, is the name Fakhr or Fakhr Rose Gold, or Fakhr Rose? It is not. It is just called Fakhr Women, and it just says Fakhr Lattafa, but people call it Rose or Rose Gold is because of the packaging, not so that they don't, because the name is Fakhr Lattafa, you know, so like people get confused. Is it this one? Is it the silver one? But there are only two of them. One is the silver one and the one is a rose gold. So the women's one is a rose gold, and this smells for me exactly like Lattafa. And Lattafa is one of my favorite fragrances out there. It is like probably one of my favorites ever, alongside YSL's Libre. And trust me, I've smelled this side by side, waited, smelled it after a few hours. This is like a 99% dupe. And I don't say that lightly because, look, it's like I don't even have to try. It's like immediately you get that pear, is it? You get a fruity pear accord, which is like it reminds me very much of Lattafa. And when you smell it side by side, you really can't really make you can't make out the difference. So if you want to like you can buy the Lattafa, spray it initially, but to top up, you can use this perfume. It'll work great, you know. The top notes for this is fruits, lily, pomegranate, and aldehydes. The middle notes are tuberose, jasmine, gardenia, ylang ylang, honeysuckle, peony, and rose. And the base notes are vanilla, ambroxan, white musk, and sandalwood. So this is a super, super, super floral perfume with a little bit of fruity touch and a little bit of your white musk and amber in the end. It's definitely meant for summer because it literally feels like you're walking through a garden. A garden full of lilies, you know. By the way, lily is my favorite flower, the white lily. And I think that's why I'm so obsessed with this smell, because it is so, so, so beautiful. And the smell of lily is very much like if you buy fresh lilies and put it on your desk or in your house, You know how it starts smelling? The entire house or the atmosphere just changes and it smells so beautiful and magical. This is that perfume. On Fragrantica, this has got 4.3, which is like a lot, you know? It's like a lot. People just love this perfume so much. And I agree. This is for me a blind buy if you like florals, because if you do not like florals, then obviously like this is like a very floral forward perfume. But this is something I've been using so much. I don't know if I can see. No, you can't see the juice. Luckily, the price has not been increasing. And I probably think I should just get the a backup bottle, because I know the prices are changing for Lattafa, and all of these initial viral ones, they all are gonna like go up as well. So forever love, forever purchase, like oh my gosh, like I'm so confused because some people ask me if you could just choose one Lattafa, and I'm so confused between some of them. And 6 out of these perfumes are like something I would be confused, like whether I would want to stop using this. But like every time I smell this perfume, like it just tells me this is the top. This is the top, you know. Next up is another floral. This is Tharwah from the Lattafa Pride. This is the Tharwah Gold. And people compare this to Libre. Now, thing is that when I spray it by itself, and if I think that is it giving me the same vibes as Libre? No. But then when I smell them side by side, Libre Intense, by the way, not the original Libre, because I have the Libre Intense and it starts smelling similar. It is like 85% similar. Like when you spray them side by side, you get confused, because when you're smelling this and smelling that, you're like, they're so identical. But when you smell this by itself, it doesn't give me YSL Libre at all. But because I like YSL Libre and this is like the same DNA, it is very similar, but it is not the same perfume. But it's the same kind. It's very, very, very fresh floral. This has the opening of that lavender, and I think that's what's making people feel like it's similar to Libre. This one has the top notes of lavender, bergamot, middle notes of orange blossom, jasmine, and the base notes of vanilla, vetiver, and amber. Guys, these are like my favorite notes. Like these are like, but because it is so close to it and it's the same DNA in the same category, I love this bro. I love this perfume so much. Thing is, this is from the Pride collection and it's slightly pricey, but still compared to like Libre, I have like the 30 ml, like literally it's a tiny little bottle and it was so freaking expensive. But that's what I could afford and I got it. But if I have this perfume, would I still buy Libre? I would, because Libre is like one of my like top 10 perfumes for life. It's one of those, you know. So again, like this one is like amazing. It's gorgeous. It's gonna stay with me forever. It's a 10 out of 10. The more I smell it, see, this is the thing with Lattafas. Like every time you smell it, it macerates more, and you feel it's changing, and it just becomes intense and it becomes nicer, you know. Love this perfume. Okay, it's taking Fragrantica way too long to catch up with Lattafas, because Lattafa has released like so many perfumes and none of them are listed on Fragrantica. As a matter of fact, they have some old perfumes that are really popular. Those are not listed on Instagram, on Fragrantica either. This perfume, guys, it's a blind buy. For me, it's a blind buy. Like whether you like florals or not, I think it's a very easy perfume. It's a very easy perfume to like, but it has a slight designer thing going on with it, and it smells like a very expensive, like maybe Macy's or something. Like you go in there and you know everything smells like that. Very beautiful. Or like a very, very, very expensive Dubai hotel, you know, a 5-star, 7-star hotel. Now I'm being very careful in the order I go, because you can really get confused with these perfumes. So I try to do the fresh and fruity florals to start with. And now I'm going to go into slightly heavier fragrances. The first one, of course, how can I not have this? I'm afraid to use it because like now it's like double the price, and it's like, you know, I'm like, what if it finishes, you know? If it finishes, I'll buy it again, that's for sure, you know? And I will not care what the price is, because this is epic. Now, everybody started like going for this perfume and became viral because people were saying this is the dupe for Angel Share. Now, I don't own Angel Share by Kilian, but I know how it smells like. And when I smelt it, I did not want to buy it because it had that very apple kind of note in the beginning, which I do not like, the green apple kind of thing. But it was nice. But was it worth the price? No, it was not. And plus they didn't have a 50 ml, they only had 100 ml. And I was like, yeah, not happening, you know. So this is similar again. It's not duping it. This is more boozy. It has more like, and boozy, when I say, I don't mean alcohol, I mean booze like rum or whatever, like, you know, whiskey, anything that looks like this, you know. So the rating for this is 4.42 on Fragrantica, and for obvious reasons. I mean, anybody who did not rate it well, like 5 out of 5, they probably got disappointed that it doesn't smell exactly like angel share, and probably that's why they were like, you know, like, no, we're not gonna give it like 5 out of 5 because they disappointed me. But see, the thing is, they never claimed that they're duping angel share. So you know what? They say this is Khamrah. So by the way, Khamrah also means alcohol, I think, in Arabic. The top notes for this are cinnamon, nutmeg, and bergamot. Opens definitely very cinnamony, is that a word? Very nutmeggy, bergamoty. And the middle notes are dates, praline, tuberose, and mahonial. The base notes are vanilla, tonka bean, benzoin, myrrh, amberwood, and akigala wood. I don't know what the hell akigala wood is. Let me research that a bit. This perfume, I don't need to say anything about it. It's literally all the notes they've listed. It smells. When you read the note and when you smell it, you're like, oh yeah, it does. Oh yeah, it does. Oh yeah, it does. And because of like those base notes, it's very apothecary kind of, like, I don't know, like it gives me that vibe, you know, where it is definitely like not medicinal. When I say apothecary, oh my god, there's some words, like there's apothecary and there's unequivocally. That word, I don't use it because I can't, it comes in my head that I should say it, but then I don't say it because I'm just going to embarrass myself. So yeah, apothecary, it smells like that, but the ancient apothecary. Okay, the more I say it, I'm getting better at saying the word apothecary. So yeah, I love this perfume. Like, I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm sure you've heard like people speak about it. Like, I mean, I think it's still going viral. I mean, it's just continuing to go viral. So that's Khamrah. Next one, if I mention Khamrah, I have to mention so this is your Nebras Gold, which is supposed to dupe Billie Eilish's Eilish, the golden one, and it is very much duping that. Oh, I just love this perfume so much. Top notes for this are red berries, mandarin, orange. Middle notes are vanilla, cacao, rose. Base notes are sugar, tonka bean, amber, and musk. Guys, seriously, the red berries, you know, initially when I sprayed it, I never smelled the red berries, but now I'm getting a hint of it. But it's mostly dominating as vanilla, cacao, tonka bean, amber, and musk. This is what you're getting. Even the rose, I don't get the rose. I get like a lot of chocolate, a lot of vanilla, musk and sugar, tonka bean. Yeah, I don't even get the mandarin orange. So you know, like when you smell mandarin orange, you expect like there'll be some tanginess to it, like some kind of citrusy something, like a tinge of it. It's not. And the red berries as well, you feel like it'll give you that sour sweet taste, it tangy thingy. No, it's not. It's an absolute chocolate fragrance. But like if you enjoy Choco Musk by Al Rihab, this is better. Choco Musk is just chocolate. This is like an elevated version of that. And if you like Billie Eilish, you're gonna like this perfume because it is so good. Again, I'm not gonna speak much about this. Did I tell you the rating for this? Yeah, it's 4.43, which is like a lot. This is like that warm giant hug. I always feel like, you know, panda bears, they would give the best hugs. But unfortunately, you can't just go and get hugs from panda bears. I think like this smells like a giant panda hug. A giant panda hug that's eating chocolates and you're sharing a chocolate with them. Oh my gosh, such a weirdo. But yeah, this smells like a giant, like furry, cozy, making you warm kind of hug. Oh my gosh, like you wear this and you go to a ski resort and you come back and there's a fireplace and like there's wood burning and you are sitting with a cup of hot chocolate and that nice warm feeling gives me that. Amazing. Like this is again a 10 out of 10 perfume, and without a doubt I would just go. If this like breaks or if somebody steals it or it gets lost or something, I'll immediately go. And no matter the price, even if it was like a expensive one, I would go buy this one. Very nice. Now I'm done with almost all. Now this last one was the one which it's a bit questionable for me because I am still deciding. Why I have put it in this list while I'm still deciding It's very addictive. Like I can't stop smelling it. I can't spraying it. I can't stop spraying it on myself. It's like a weird perfume. And that is, whoa, I almost dropped it. That is Ansaam Gold by Lattafa. This is again from their Pride collection. This is probably the sweetest perfume I smelled in my life. This is supposed to be duping Love Don't Be Shy by Killian. And my initial thought was this smells like, you know, in the first spray, it smells like a disinfectant or a cleaning product. I don't know, I can't put my finger. It smells like something and I just cannot, like for the life of me, I've been like trying to think about it because it's something I used to use for either cleaning or for mopping or for doing my laundry. It has like a strong soapiness, or maybe it's a soap, I don't know, like maybe it smells like one of those Lux soaps or Camay, you know, one of those old soaps that used to have like heavy fragrances. But at the same time, I can't stop smelling it. It's like a very strange perfume. And you know, the last time I smelled it, it was very overwhelming. Now, I don't know if it was the initial, that's why they say spray your perfume out initially, although you feel like you're wasting it because it smells different from what's in the pipe and what's actually in the bottle. So yeah, this is like, now it's feeling fresher. So my initial review, I think I'd given it 6.5 or 6 out of 10. And now I'm feeling like I would probably give it 7. Now this one, I have put this in this pile because it's very, it's a compliment getter. So like the moment I sprayed it, Ali was like, what's that smell? It's like, you're smelling good, you know? And it is something nostalgic and I will definitely figure it out and I'll tell you. And it's that nostalgia that's making me go back to this perfume again and again. So people call this like the dupe of Love Don't Be Shy. I don't think it is, but it is very like the same family, like your Oriana from PDM. Like it's very sweet. The top notes for this are pear and mandarin. Middle notes are jasmine, rose and candy. And the base notes are raspberry, musk and vanilla. So it's like literally everything sweet. People are calling this like a fluffy marshmallow kind of smell and I don't think so. This for me is like a something cleaning, it's something to do with cleanliness, you know, but it's like sweet. I don't know what it's reminding me of, but it keeps me intrigued and I have a feeling that if I would lose this, I would buy it again just because I'm still trying to figure out what the hell this is. By the way, it's a very much loved perfume. The reviews are raving. People are like in love with this perfume. I am still getting there. Right now for me, this is an intrigue. That's why I told you like those 6 and then there's one which is like I'm iffy about it. There you go guys. I'm done with the 7 perfumes and again for people who are like why are you not doing 5 or 10? 7 is just a number I like. It's like I feel it's like my lucky number. Guys, I hope you enjoyed these videos, the ones which I've been posting recently because I'm trying to like make a variety of perfumes and instead of just keep buying different perfumes and reviewing them, I do want to like do selections and stuff because like categorizing them and making like a selection like helps a lot of people. Like it would help me, like what I look from a reviewer on YouTube. When I like want a review, I will go for that specific perfume review. But if I want like categories, that's more intriguing for me. Like people who say, oh, what would you wear in summer? You know, that's a nice category. By the way, I should make one for summer because it's summer now and everybody would want to know. So probably my next video will be like the summer perfumes from Lattafa? Should I do Lattafa or should I just do like the whole Middle Eastern things? Let me know, what do you want? Do you want only Lattafas or do you want the Middle Eastern ones for summer? I hope you guys had fun, guys. I love you so much. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for people who are actually taking so much time. And I have people who write like essay type comments, and while people would think that, do you actually sit and read that? You have no idea. I love reading these comments because then they share their point of view and I love it. Like I also like get to learn from you because like my opinion are just my own. It's not like a hard and fast set in stone rule. Like if I say this, it is this, you know, it's everybody has their own opinion about perfumes. They're very subjective. So I like listening to, I like reading comments that say what they think about a certain perfume, even if it's opposing my point of view. Please do, please keep writing. I love to read them. I would love to reply. I might not reply an essay length one, but I would definitely give you my opinion as well. So thank you for supporting me, guys. I've reached 4K. It's been a very quick journey. I'm very happy with my progress. Like it's not like a viral thing where I'm like going into hundreds and thousands overnight, but I'm very happy with the slow progress. I'm very happy with it. I'm building a community and I'm loving every bit of it. So thank you guys once again for supporting me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.